This is number two in the series of two for the Firebird. This is the Smokey and the Bandit theme on it, and I'm going to let Matt describe the interior. Uh, I'm painting it right now from the driver's side, and you can see special floor carpeting. You can see the shift knob has been changed. You can see the steering wheel has been changed, and I'll let him explain more detail to it. Matt, go ahead.
Just about like 90% of the early Firebirds, it was all gray on gray or charcoal. And what I decided to do was do a black and gold theme similar to the Smokey and the Bandit. So what that involved was removing all of the seats, the carpet, the dash, the headliner, all that you see, all the internal body panels were taken out, sanded, painted. The carpet was replaced with, this was called Saddle Edition. It had a rubber undercoating for sound deadening as well. So you'll notice the seats are actually from a 1974. That was the deluxe version from the 74. We were able to put that onto the 94 power seat as well. You can take a look at the back seat as well. The back seat is from a 1974. Completes the vintage look inside. What I was going for was a modern look on the outside with vintage inside. If you scroll and look into the dash bezel, that was taken out, was painted, and it has a custom gauge overlay that was put in there. And at night you can see an actual ghost Firebird that comes in as well. As mentioned, the shift knob was changed from your standard T handle to an actual ball that also has a Firebird logo put in there. Headliner was changed out. One of the most time sensitive parts to this was actually the door panel. The way GM made these, the door panels were just pretty much you replace them with a different color, but what we ended up doing is using the black and gold leather, redoing the interior of the panel itself instead of carpet, having a leather version, painting all this black as well, using a script from the 70s to the 80s that normally you would see on the quarter panel. We ensured that was in there as well, trying to get a good mix of generations of the Firebird.
So basically, Matt, what I'm looking at is the entire interior appears to be spray coated black. Is that true? Everything.
Everything was taken apart, reassembled. It was sprayed with a spray paint made for plastics to include the armrest, dash pad.
Notice the attention to the detail. The speaker grills also are matching the gold color theme to match the carpeting, to match the steering wheel. Now, the steering wheel itself was an aftermarket that was brushed aluminum, and from what I gathered talking with you earlier, you sanded it and painted it the exact same color to give it the gold appearance. Is that true?
That's correct. So this aftermarket wheel is to mirror the 70s version of steering wheel. So I had to disengage the airbag, remove the airbag from that. So from a safety standpoint, it's probably not the safest. But the appearance of it, it gives it that vintage look versus having a big airbag gray steering wheel.
So, in your estimation, cost as it stands to convert a 94 formula to what it is now, what would you say approximate cost would be on something like a modification, what we're looking at?
Now to do the modifications, the majority of the materials are going to come in your seats, your seat foam, and your carpeting. So you're looking at around $3,000 worth for carpet seats. That includes respray on the hood. Door panels are relatively cheap and easy to do if you just have your time. Spend about $15 on the door panel itself.
How much would you say that labor hours this consumed?
This was a weekend warrior project. I would say roughly about 120 hours spent going through here, taking everything apart, waiting for the paint to dry, reassembling it. The seats were the most, one of the most time sensitive as far as getting the seats right, putting them on a actual power chair rail, and then having to move the power rail as well, the controls. So we move those where you would normally have a ashtray. That way, the individual can adjust the seat versus just having it plastered to the side.
So if we put the mathematics to this, here's what we have. We have $3,000 in material, and if you figure 120 labor hours of what a garage would cost, it'd be about $70 per hour. Roughly, you're looking at about $11,000 to $12,000 if someone was to do this at a shop. Would you say that one's pretty accurate
It
as
all
far as?
depends on the shop.
But if a shop was to take this with the labor hours, and I know they're not going to do exactly, uh, they're not going to care as far as the quality to the detail as the owner of the vehicle would. But an impressive job, guys. Uh, I mean, it looks very professional. I could go into a show, and again, coaxing him to put it on Haggerty's and let them value it because it moves into the classic and a very unique vehicle. This will complete the video, and if you have any questions, you can email me. Thanks.